Hello?
Hello, Tony.
Hey, how's it going?
Tony?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
How are
Good
you guys
morning.
doing? Good morning.
We are fine. And what about you?
Doing well. Doing really well.
Excellent. Excellent. We will start by demo. I don't know, we'll do the demo of results that have been provided during the last 2 weeks, especially
Okay.
regarding consumer profile. And I can also ask you if you would like for the next sprint, we switch to advertiser and build like first sign up for advertiser, microsite creation, and probably for the next week we could move to charity also to do the basic sign up process with the idea to assure this like 3 roles coexistence when we can switch between them. It is like the first option, and the second option we could like follow the consumer logic and implement other sections like wallet, like charities in consumer profile. So it's we were planning like even in at the beginning to assure this 3 roles switching functional. But if you have some other priorities, please let us know.
No, not necessarily.
Okay, so
You know,
you let us like.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, you let us like make a choice anyway. We will like deliver everything what is planned. It's like only the priorities. If we like start by one things and come back to another later, so it doesn't make like any inconvenience for you. Am I right?
Correct. That's correct.
Okay, so I let Alona to start this demo. Just a while.
Hi, Tony.
Hey, Ayana, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. So I will show from the beginning something you have seen at the previous time, but we improved it. So I will show. So I just logged as the user demo 1, and here I see the home page with all deals. Here we can see pagination, so we can see next deals. And can see show all deals. So now we will see all daily deals. I will go back to the home page. The same way you can see nearby deals. Show all here is not available because I think that it is all deals, nearby deals that we have in the system. but it is just a test data. So, and categories, we also added view all. And then we go to the categories. Now we have the list of all categories, but we have deals only for 3 categories. And as you mentioned at the previous time, all food and food. Oh. So when I press the icon, the page scrolls to the needed category. From the category, we also can see all deals in this category. We have pop-up when we view a deal. Also, when we press on the icon or on the name of the deal, we go to the advertiser's microsite with this deal, but it is also just test data, but we see that it redirects to this page, and the layout of this page is ready, and the map. Then I will show you how the search works. For example, 6. No deals for 6. Well, so we can see the deal with number 5 in its title. Also, it works for the category and subcategory. So if the category will contain the number 5 or subcategory will contain it, these deals also we will see in search results. Is it correct, or just it should work for the name of the deal?
The search function should pull from any and all categories. Hopefully we can use some artificial intelligence for that too, but the business itself will have the ability to select categories that describe the business as a whole, and then the deals that they create, they will be able to assign specific keywords to that deal. So as long as both of the keywords that have been uploaded by the advertiser in reference to their business as a whole and in reference to the specific deal, as long as those keywords are searchable, then the functionality would work just fine. I would like to add eventually, some artificial intelligence to it. So if, Bobby's mobile mechanic didn't put brakes or oil change or something like that, if they forgot to list their business as that, but they clearly offer those services, then it would be nice to be able to still find them via search if I were to type in oil change or something like that. But so yeah, anything that would be related to the business should be searchable. But for example, that test description under deal 5 for company 1, like I feel like maybe that would, if test description was part of the description of the deal, that should be searchable as well. Also, the city or zip code or whatever it may be. If this deal is in Kiev, then you should be able to search Kiev in the search bar and come up with that deal as well. So I don't know if that answers the question or not.
Okay, Tony. So
Tony, just to summarize for my understanding as well, would you like to get some search functional, and for example, you can get results from the deal's title, from deal description, from I don't know, something like that. Anyway, this search field will let us know to find any information which is like linked to deal. And when you are talking about artificial intelligence, what do you mean, like more exactly? Since according to my understanding, yeah, I hear.
It might be cutting out a little bit.
Did you hear what I was telling?
I was trying to follow along a little bit, but I think it might have cut out a little bit. So,
okay, I will repeat if needed.
So Tony, as I understood, each company will have its keywords and deals will have its keywords, and the search should work also when we are looking for the number 5, for example. If the company just have keyword with 5 for deals which do not contain in its name number 5, we also should show these results in a search page. Is it correct?
I believe so. I think that's. I think
Okay,
if I'm following correctly, then that's correct.
Yeah, but there is not only like keywords. There could be any information related to deals, including some description, etc. And you would like to get some search results. You see, if you try to get any results according to the matching, when any word matches in the description of any deal, you will like get very like a long list of results. If you would like to be more specific and get only results from titles or from keywords, the result will be like the list much shorter. So there's also like
yeah. So Petra, what you're saying is correct, and I'm understanding now what you're saying. So yes, we should initially pull from the list of keywords. But for example, if there are no deals, because remember the deal radius that is set by the consumer is going to determine the list of results within that radius. So if there are no mechanics within my 2-mile radius, but I need to get my oil changed or something like that, it may first initially search for the list of deals with the keywords oil change, as well as the businesses with the keywords oil change. And if no results show up within 2 miles, but there is a car wash service that offers oil change, they just forgot to put it in their deal description or in their business description, that result should show up because they offer the service, they just didn't list it, and it's one of their secondary features of their business that they don't really draw specific attention to most times. So it's a combination of both of what you're saying. So I would like the results to be refined and to just go off of the keywords initially. But if there are too few results, then we should start to maybe look deeper into the advertisers that are within that 2-mile radius to see if maybe their description or some artificial intelligence, referencing Google or something. I don't know. I don't know 100% what I'm asking for, if it's even possible, but that's kind of the logic behind it. I do want crisp, clean search results, and by that we can go off of, only the keywords that are on ZipHub. But if we're not producing any results and there is an actual solution to what I'm searching for within my 2-mile radius, I would want to know that too. So maybe that part can come later. Maybe we should just keep it simple and go off of the keywords that are listed and just return specific results. And I don't know. What do you think?
I think that if we are displaying the results in the most relevant first, it's great. It's like if we get first 5-10 search results, and if they are the most relevant, it's okay. Other could be like less relevant, and probably I don't see if we have some adjust functional to adjust like search results, but like in the future could be also some functional to adjust by keywords or by any other filters. Okay, but at the beginning, if we are listing like results, even in the end of the list, we have some results because the word is matching something which was in description. It could be okay.
Okay. Yeah, I would use, you know, any other relevancy and any other description type of logic as a secondary search function if we're not producing enough results with the keyword that's being searched. But the primary way to look something up would be relevancy to the keyword that was listed by the advertiser to describe their business as well as to describe their deal.
Okay. Got your idea. Probably you have some idea regarding when you are talking that there is not enough results. According to you, which figure of results would be like more or less enough? Do you have some idea?
Can you repeat that?
I asked about search results. You were mentioning that in case when there is no enough results, there could be like some results provided from less relevant logic. And when you are talking enough or not enough, what quantity of results probably you are keeping in mind? Is 50 or 40, it is enough or not? Or 20, it is enough or not?
That's a good question. I think that's a good question. I would say 20. I think our rows are we can fit 4 deals in a row, I believe, typically. So 5 rows of 4 would be 20, and that seems like a, you know, if we don't have, you know, I think we list the most relevant first always. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be confusing. The initial sort of these deals is closest in proximity to the user. The secondary sort by default, I think we should use relevancy.
Okay. So
if we can't produce 20 results, then, you know, you know, I can make a video about this and maybe explain it a little bit better.
Yeah, it could be great. We will like specify details from your site in corresponding ticket, and we'll work on it.
Okay, I think we're close to being on the same page. I don't really know how else to articulate it over the phone without actually using some other tool to show and display exactly what I'm referring to. But I think we're on the same page here. Either way, it's going to function really well. Either way, it's going to work really well. So I'm not too worried about it. But I can make a video just to help clarify the logic and the order of operations in the logic.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, I will continue to demonstrate the functional. So my profile. So if it doesn't contain any data, so we see the titles as in designs here, but when the data appears, so we see the name of the field under the data. So we can input zip code, choose city, choose state. So we can use search, and we can add radius of deals. Save changes, and we have a success message. Then the page of referrals. So we can see send via email and send via SMS. Here we have a phone number, but this, as I mentioned at the previous call, this functional we will do, I think,
We'll postpone.
yes, we'll postpone because we need messaging system, and so now I will show how it works for email. So now I will send invitation to my email. So we can see that one email is correct, so I can. So now I can press this button. Send invite.
How does it know if the email's correct or not?
The domain name standards, so system detects that the domain name is not completed, and there is like error. It is like validation rule on the front end.
So there should be this symbol, yes, then a dot, validation and 2 letters after dot.
Oh, okay.
No, there is like IO.
At least 2 letters. So I got invite to my mailbox.
Okay, cool.
So I see that I haven't been invited by the user, and I have referral link. Good. How to move it? So here I have invitation letter to Zip Hub.
So you need to move where?
I got a mail that I have successful registration in Zip Hub to my mail, and because of bad internet connection, we should wait some time. Zip Hub registration. I should confirm. So now I can log in as me. So here I can see my name.
Awesome.
Now I'm a Zip Hub user. Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay, and now I will go back to demo 1. Also, it works from these links, charities, referrals, and in footer also referrals and charities works here profile. So, and now I see the second invited user. It was tested data from our front-end developer. So to name this name now is added, but yes, we will fix it. So just a minute. We has some hesitation. I didn't want to deploy before demo, so we'll fix it, and in a few minutes after our call, it will be fixed. So I see my referral here, and then I will see how much money I have earned thanks to my referral. I can share, so I see this link, invitation link. I can just copy this link and paste where I want, in browser or in any social network. And it doesn't work because I used it, something went wrong. And I can share in social network. So
we can publish it.
Yes, I can publish it. Okay. So now I have this link in Facebook, and using it I can join the hub, but this link doesn't work. Okay, we'll fix it, and I will update.
Some text like in the mail invitation or something like
Yeah.
you provide it to
Yeah.
us.
So perhaps we'll need any text to add. For example, I would like to share this link, and please join the hub. Yes, and also as for design of this link, I have some examples. When I just write Facebook, I see such picture and the name and some description. And now for Zip Hub I've tested, we also have just a link. And for dev server, it looks like this. Perhaps we need any name and description and the picture which we can add, and to make this link more attractive.
This moment picture can be just a logo.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
because now we have just a link, we can add name, description, picture.
Yeah, logic is working, but after some more beautiful things will be added.
No, also we can share it in Twitter, but I'm not registered in Twitter. I can't share it. And here is a link to Google Plus if somebody has an account. Then charities. Here's the page of my charities. After pressing manage charities, I can select something with our server should wait. Select charities.
Up to 5.
Yes. Internet connection is unstable. So can you hear me, Tony?
I can, yeah. Yeah, everything looks really good.
We just change your way.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I have selected because I got message this better internet connection and okay. Yes. I have selected 3 charities, and now on the page of my charities I see these charities. When I want to unselect it, yet to remove it, I will go back to manage charities, and so now I have 2 charities. Just it's the list of my charities. Then interests. I should wait a minute because internet is too slow.
It probably has something to do with the Zoom meeting. I noticed that when I try to do share screen and Zoom meetings, sometimes it goes slow. So it may not be y'all, it may be the Zoom meeting itself.
But the fact is that we should wait some time. So here on the page of my I can select interests, and then we see in admin panel this interest. So 2 interests from all services, 1 from all food, and 1 from all retail. I will then log into admin panel now.
And to suggest is not in command. Yeah. Suggest interest. Okay.
So now I will change password. Save. Yeah, has successfully changed your password, and now after, so Google ask me to update the password. So when I try to log in with old password, I see their message, and using new one, I can log into the system.
Awesome.
So now I will log in as an admin. So here we have separated links for users. Here we can see all the users from the system. Here is a new user that I have just invited with my first and last name. Here is the list of consumers, advertisers, and charities.
Awesome.
So we have seen the video that we need any other filters. We will work later on this. For this sprint, we have just time to make these links. So let's go to the user consumer. Which user demo one? Yes. Okay. Edit. How I will see consumer. Oh, here I can see 2.
Cool.
2 from the third category, yes, interests, 1 from the second, and from the first. Yes, and if I want to select any other interest from admin panel, I can add it here and save an error message. So here we can see deals radius. What else we can see here? We can add referrals from here. I think that it is all for this demo. Yes. So for the next sprint, we are planning to start with joining advertiser to Zip Hub. But we planned too much for this sprint, and unfortunately we haven't time to estimate and to understand how much functional we can do from this during the next sprint. That's why I'm very sorry, but tomorrow on our daily meeting we will plan it, and tomorrow I will update which certain screens will be ready during the next 2 weeks, because we do not have estimates. I think that registration, advertisers registration, its microsite and creating deals should be ready, but to be sure, we will discuss it tomorrow, and I will update you tomorrow our plans for the next sprint. Is it okay for you? Okay.
Sounds good to me. Did you guys see the updates on the adjust speed box and the happy hour deals?
Yeah, sure. And I had a question here. Here, 2 versions of invitation letter. Should we implement both?
Well, not yet. These first 3 screens, these invitation screens, if you will, I have not yet reviewed those. I'm going to review those today and then provide feedback to John and the design team. So for now, just leave those first 3 email design screens. Just let them be that way for now, and then work on everything below it. Everything else below it should be good. The ZH main V2, yeah, I really like this screen. I think it looks really good with the 3 designs and the happy hour and daily deal. I think it looks really good.
Okay, so we should work on this screen, yes?
Yeah, that one's ready to go. That one's ready to go. And
so, yeah.
The adjust feed box is on there too, which I think may help filter the search results that we were talking about earlier.
Yes, we have seen it, and we will estimate, and if we will have enough time in the next sprint also, we will. I can't promise, yes, we'll discuss tomorrow, and I will update you, because I can promise something unreal.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, but we have seen these screens for just feeds, so okay. So here, yes, for the next sprint, as we plan to start with advertiser, I have a question regarding keywords. You said that there are 2 types of keywords, and could you please explain how should I add these keywords from this page, and what means the deals keywords and the company's keywords?
So the company keywords would be right here. This is where the business, the first time when they onboard, they're going to select additional keywords that describe their business as a whole. And then, yeah, go. So for Bobby's mobile service, they'll have the list the keywords there: mechanic, car, vehicle, car repair, Bobby. So those are going to describe the business as a whole.
Okay,
Go ahead.
so when I add keywords from this screen, it's keywords for all the business, yes? For the business here, my business name, yes? And these keywords for my business. And then when I'm creating deals, there's special keywords for that deals.
Correct. And that provides that, because the business itself and its services aren't going to change really from day to day. So the set of keywords that describe the business are going to be consistent, and they can add additional keywords if they provide a new service or something like that. But for the most part, these keywords will stay the same, describing the business. Whereas when they create a deal, the deal may be specific to, a limited time service. It could be specific to a holiday or something like that. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you. And in some video, you mentioned that there will be some custom, also some custom keywords.
So we will give an opportunity to advertiser to create some custom keywords, or not?
Can you say that again?
In one video, you have mentioned that there will be opportunity to add custom keywords. Do you mean on custom keywords, these keywords from company and for deals, or that is the third type of keywords?
So the keywords would be, I think they would be custom. Certain businesses are going to spell their name the wrong way, for like a pawn shop, like Easy Pawn. It's supposed to be easy, like not hard, but it's spelled E-Z, 2 letters, Easy Pawn. So in that example, like all these keywords will be custom. So, whenever they type mechanic and then they hit space or tab or enter, then it goes in to where they can manually type car, and then they manually type vehicle. So they're not selecting from a list, it's all manual entry. And then we will use the consumer's manual search to compare their manual search versus the keywords that were selected by the business. If that makes sense.
Tony, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Because of that connection, we were unconnected. Yes. Disconnected, yes. So
custom keywords, just we give an opportunity to type some keyboard to filter and found some keywords that will be suitable to his business. Yep.
It's really hard to hear you. Can you repeat that again, please?
Yeah, I'm sorry, we got a little lost on our connection. So there will no custom keywords, just an opportunity to user to type something and to filter that keyword that he need. Yeah.
So
Correct.
you mean these keywords custom?
Okay,
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, these
So
would
the
be
next question is, could you repeat, please?
Those will be manual entries. So, you know, it's not a list of keywords that they select from. It's going to be manual entry. So they'll type in mechanic, hit enter. They'll type in car, hit enter. And then we'll compare the consumer search results to the manual keywords that describe the business and deals specifically.
Okay, thank you, Tony. Now it's clear. So the next question is, should we save data after each pressing the button submit? So the question is that when I will finish the first step, the second step, for example, and then I will I have an opportunity to go back to the previous step, and how it should work?
Yeah, so once I think it's like step 5, the advertiser agreement, something like that. Once that step is completed, the profile is completely completed, and then the user can go into their profile and make their changes that they want to. But prior to that step, they can jump back and forth between the different, 1, 2, 3, 4, and they can jump back and forth prior to the final submission and edit this information. So, once, if they're on step 1 and they're creating their stuff, they move on to step 2, but then they need to go back to step 1, they can do that.
Okay. The next question is, here we have ability to say to add videos. Which limits should we have? Which limitation we will have for the videos? Which size?
I think the limit, the limitation, I'll have to double check on that. We put in it might be in the tech spec, either that or it's in emails that I've had with John and the design team. But I think we were going to limit the amount of videos to 2, maybe 3, and then the amount of photos to like 9, maybe 12. It might be in the design, actually. Can you go to one of the screens where the microsite is filled out and it's showing an example of what the microsite would look like? Because I think the template of that may actually have that information on there. So that's cherry, yeah. So okay, so zh.advertiser microsite, yeah. So here, I guess we've only got spots for 6 photos and maybe 1 video, but let's see. So right now it shows 6 photos and 1 video. I think we were going to do 2 videos and either 6 or 9 photos, maybe.
Okay. And which size of this video? Perhaps somebody will want to upload the film, and which takes more than 1 gigabyte. So should we limit the size of this video?
We should limit the size of the video. I'm not sure what we should limit it to, though. That's a good question. Do you guys have, in your experience, an idea of what a good practical video limit should be?
Yeah, we think 500 will be, 500 megabytes will be enough for short videos that describe shortly some business or some deals or something.
If that, so the higher the resolution, obviously the more data it'll take. So using the highest resolution possible, with 500 megabytes, how long do you think that video would be?
It's about 5-10 minutes, am I right?
5 minutes?
One minute, please. Самое высокое качество на 500 мегабайт. Сколько минут будет? Yes. At the highest resolution, it will like about full IG. It will 3-4 minutes.
Okay, I think that's plenty. I don't think that they need more than that. I think if we offer.
Okay, so now we think that 500 megabytes as the highest resolution, and we'll investigate this question deeply if it is 3-4 minutes or more or less.
No, it's
and
about 5 minutes,
5
but
minutes.
in 720 resolution.
Okay, so 5 minutes, but I would like to investigate it, and I will update you in a mail to be sure on this question.
Okay. Can we do, is it possible to do this, have it to where they have, maybe 1 gig of total video space, and so they can either do 1 gig, 1 video, or 2 videos at 500 megs? That way they have the option to upload like 2 4-minute videos or 1 8-minute video, something like that.
Yes, it is possible.
Okay.
Okay, 1 gigabyte per user. Yes.
Yeah, I think so. I think that'd be plenty.
Okay.
And additional space can be stored for money. So it's another one opportunity for monetization.
Okay, Tony. So tomorrow we will look more deeply on these screens, and I will send you tomorrow the letter which screens will be ready during the sprint, because now yes, we.
One more question: do we have a list of deal types? I mean, not regular or daily. I mean that one offer types. Yeah, standard amount of this stuff. Do we have the list of these types
list,
and
yes.
what it will be affected by choosing?
Okay. Let me see. I can get a list for you. The idea, yeah. Let me review that specific field with the design team and how what the options are supposed to be there. Let me review that, and I'll get back to you on that.
Okay. So that's all from our side. Perhaps you have any questions to us?
I don't have any questions right now. I think that we're making lots of progress, and I think that you guys are doing a really good job. So I think we're full steam ahead. I think we're doing great.
You're welcome.
Thank you for your feedback. So we are happy, and we work hard to make you happy.
You're making me very happy, guys. Doing a great job.
Oh, thank you, Tony. It's nice to hear that from you. So, so thank you for the call. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day.
Tomorrow I will send you the letter with our plans for the sprint number 5. Yes. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day. Thank you guys, and I'll be in touch with you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, guys. Bye.